Hello everyone, TMMgamer here, and today I'm bringing you my very first commentary back at home after the Easter break from university basically. But before I talk about anything, I just want to briefly outline what the gameplay is. It's a pretty nice striker Hardhat gameplay, as you can see. I think it's just a regular 6v6 domination, and I'm using the striker and I'm basically just charging around. But I'll talk about the gameplay in a little while. I just want to talk about what's happened over the last couple of days, because for you guys who follow my videos regularly, you know I was at a wedding this weekend, and the wedding was fantastic. You know, lots of free beer, and I had a really good time. But obviously that meant that I couldn't upload on Saturday, and I was feeling pretty fragile on Sunday. So after quite a heavy session, but I've just come back from around the golf with my mates, and I thought, you know what, why not? Let's get out there and let's upload a commentary. So here I am. Anyway, there's some really big plans I've got going for Easter. A lot of stuff I've been wanting to do for quite a while, but haven't really had the free time to do it. But now we're into Easter, there's going to be a lot more stuff going into this channel. I'm going to be starting live streaming, I think, this Easter. I mean, what me and Dan with WTF Productions, I don't need to tell you who he is, you know who he is by now. But what we were planning to do is live stream simultaneously. So what that would do is combine all of our subscribers together, because I think between us we have like nearly 800 subscribers, something around that. So having 800 subscribers means that it's a lot better chance really for our live stream to be a success. And live streaming does take a little bit of effort to get set up, so it would be a good thing to hopefully get 50-60 people watching the live stream. That would be fantastic for a first one. But what I'll do is I will upload a video letting you know when that is guaranteed. But whilst I'm talking about it, I just want to ask, what sort of games do you want me to upload, to live stream? Do you want me to just do the same that I upload, or do you want me to do more Minecraft live streaming? Because I'm really flexible what I do with that. Me and Dan have set up a multiplayer Minecraft world. You guys have heard about that already, but it's really coming along well. And last time I went on, I tried a few different render settings, and it seemed to improve the connection quite a lot. So hopefully we'll be able to live stream the multiplayer server. But Minecraft multiplayer server is always a little bit laggy, so we'll see how that goes. But I did manage to bring my PS3 back from uni, so I will be able to get you plenty of gameplay. But unfortunately, the only TV in the house with a component connection is the one in the front room. I mean, the one in my room, I think it's a TV from the 80s. It has, I think, SCART and AV, and I think that's about it. I don't think it even has HDMI. That's how old that TV is. Obviously I had one in Liverpool that worked, but you don't want to take a TV home on a train, do you? One slip and that thing's completely smashed up into a million pieces. So I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to get the PS3 home, and I managed to do that. So what I'm going to be doing this week is getting some gameplays in during the day, and after about 10 o'clock I think I'll be able to play a lot more. But I'm really looking forward to spend quite a decent amount of time on PS3, because it's been a while since I've actually sat down and had a really meaningful week or so when I've been able to play a lot of Call of Duty or a lot of Mass Effect. And I've got so many games I need to finish. I need to finish Assassin's Creed, I want to do some more Minecraft. There's just so much to do, and now finally we're in Easter, I can actually do it. So this week is going to be absolutely fantastic as well. I am beginning to get ready to upload to COD Carnage as well. I've got the gameplay. I'm just waiting for a spare half an hour every now and again to be able to get that sorted and uploaded. So hopefully, fingers crossed, touch wood and all that, I will have a video going up to COD Carnage. And obviously that channel's an excellent community channel, and hopefully if I manage to do some of my good work and get it up there, a few more subscribers will come to this channel. That's always a good thing. But I think that's enough on the sort of housekeeping again. I just want to do a little bit of a chilled commentary today, because normally what I like to do is just do some very heavy tactics. But what I'm going to be doing for this one is just to give you a little bit of light advice for using shotguns on Hardhat, because Hardhat is a map where I do consistently well with shotguns. I mean, doesn't matter what shotgun it is. On my hard drive at the moment, I think I've got 5 or 6 games where I get over 40 kills and under about 15 deaths with just a range of shotguns. And the gameplay I'm actually going to upload to COD Carnage is a 50-4 Gold Striker gameplay, and it was the very first game I actually used the Gold Striker, and I got 50 kills using this virtually the same setup I'm using now. Because this setup is an excellent one to use, especially in a very compact map, because you can get through your kill streaks very quickly when you're just using 3, 5, 7. a lot of people though seem to see that as a negative kill streak setup. You know, whenever they use point streaks or whatever, they either like to run specialist or run the very high assault kill streaks, you know, like the Osprey Gunner and the Juggernaut. And whilst I admit that the Osprey Gunner and the Juggernaut will give you a massive payoff when you get them, you're not going to get them every time. But with the 357, you know, I expect to get a UAV every time. I expect to get a Predator missile, you know, 5 or 6 times out of 10. And then I expect to get my attack helicopter, you know, 4 or 5 times out of 10. So basically, I'm expecting to get 3 or 4 attack helicopters a game, perhaps 5 or 6 Predator missiles, and perhaps 6 or 7 UAVs. And what is better to get? You know, all of those kills, point streaks in one game, or to get one Osprey Gunner that, if you're up against a team that know what they're doing, can disappear. I mean, I've had Pavlos shot down before they've killed anyone, and you know, with a smaller point streak setup, you take away a lot of risk from doing that. And I mean, a shotgun is a very, very high risk, high reward sort of thing. I mean, you've got to close in, you've got to get into people's faces. But as you can see with this gameplay, you can rack up kills very, very quickly. So I think the smaller point streak setup really does go very, very well with this class, because if you do die in 3 or 4 kills, it's not the end of the world. However, if you get an 18 point streak, you know, and then died like 1 kill before your m.o.a.b or 1 kill before your Osprey Gunner, you've ruined that game. But if you use a point streak setup like this and you go on an 18 streak, you know, you've got loads of UAVs and Predator missiles and attack choppers to just throw in there. Now, a really good variation on this as well is just to swap the attack chopper for an AH6 Overwatch. Now, the Overwatch is a couple more kills to get, but the Overwatch really has an absolutely fantastic ability just to shred people. You know, it's a very, very fragile weapon, and as it follows you around, the enemy sort of know where you are. But as you're using an unsilenced shotgun, you know, the enemy aren't exactly going to be completely clueless as to where you are, because you're not running the most subtle of classes when you charge around with a shotgun. So it is a point streak worth using, especially if you're aggressive, because then you'll have this AI helicopter giving you very, very personal support. And it's a point streak I really enjoy using when I'm playing on my own, because sometimes you can't trust your teammates with a pen, never mind looking at your back. So getting that AH6 above you is just another really good way of watching your back using things you can control. And you know, it's a really, really good point streak. And if you haven't tried either the 357 or the 359 setup in Modern Warfare 3 with the striker, I really would recommend it, because as you can see from this gameplay, you can churn out great scores very, very easily. I mean, I do nothing spectacular in this game. I just do good fundamentals. I move around the map sensibly. I control the centre of the map. You know, the area around tunnels a lot. I lurk when I have a shotgun on this map, because whenever you run into someone in that area, you're going to be basically touching distance, and when you have a shotgun, that's what you want, and it ends up turning into a very, very nice gameplay. I think, yeah, the final score's 42-7, and I even managed to get the last kill with this horrible fail on this guy's part here. Shoots me in the back. I turn around, I'm blatting away, just have no idea where he is, and I still managed to kill him. So a little bit of a fail on that part. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you've enjoyed the slightly chill commentary as well. But you know, most importantly, I want you to look forward to what is going to be a fantastic week or two for this channel. So guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day.